PowerPoint presentation. And the third day, we have seen about this TIX software, which is like a TIX package actually. So which is useful for drawings, which is useful for making some custom drawings as well as some animations. We can do it since animation I have not shown you, but you can refer from outside. Otherwise, you will be getting materials from outside. And today we will be seeing about how some templates which is available with the journals or book publishers. So how we can utilize them for our purpose, and how suppose if you are going to submit some article with the journal with the publishers, then for us they will be giving some formats. The formats may be available in the Word, as well as it will be available in the Latex also. So some of those publishers formats we are going to see today. And before that, actually, some of the commands we need to see. So we will go through those missed commands, and then we will go through this formats. So let me share the screen now.
Ma'am, sorry to disturb you, Amuda ma'am. Amuda ma'am, we are getting echo.
Echo. Is my voice is audible now, ma'am?
Now it's fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. So let me share the screen now. So today we will be seeing about some of the commands on the mathematics as well as the mathematical environment, because till now we haven't been seen. And the main advantage of using this latex is the mathematical environment. Okay, so typing with the keyboard alone, you can insert so many symbols. Okay, so in words and other LibreOffice or some other things also, you can see that there are symbols which can be included. But for different fonts, you will be seeing some different version of your symbols. So that is the advantage of this latex. And also you will be only typing in on the line of your documents. You can be in line of your documents, you can type those mathematic symbols, and also you can align with the line. Okay, whereas in case of your Word or something else, like you will be having some mathematics editor, so which will be trying to include it in the it will try to include the mathematics in your document. Okay, but the alignment wise it will be varying. Okay, but here you can see that it will be uniform alignment will be there. Okay, so if you are typing some words and sentences, and then if you are inserting that line, then the baseline will be maintained, so that there will not be any variation in the line width or something else. Okay, so that is the advantage of one of the advantage of this latex software. And today I will be making some presentations, and I'm having some samples available from the outside, so I will not be running it because it is taking a lot of times to run and execute it. But however, you might be knowing how to run it. Okay, so you can copy paste it the commands whichever I will be providing you, so that you can run by yourself and check it later. Okay, so now if you for using this mathematics symbols, we have to use some packages. AMS math package it should be used. Okay, so we will be using the package and the preamble. That is, after the document class, you have to use a commands / use package, and then you will be using some AMS math. Okay, so you have to use like this. And suppose if you are having some text on the line, and if you want to include some mathematical symbols or mathematical equations, then you can use it in the inline mode or displayed mode. Inline mode means like I'm having some same line, like on the same line. Na? In the same line, I can print my mathematics symbol. Okay, if it is displayed mode, then it means that the mathematical symbols and the equations will be displayed at the after the page, like a line break. Okay, so it will make some line break, and after that you will be having some symbols. After that you will be having another line break, and then your text will be available. Whereas in this case, your entire mathematical equations will be aligned with your text line, text sentences. Okay. So for that, first you have to use a dollar symbol. Dollar symbol, it is used for mathematics, like inline mathematics. It is telling that we are entering into the mathematic mode. Okay. For example, if there is no dollar symbol, then what it will be typed is like f proportional m multiply m divide d by d, whatever it is written, it will be typed. Okay, but since it is in the math mode, that is between the dollar signs, you can see that there will be like a mathematic for proportional, there will be some alpha, right? So alpha symbol will be inserted. So F will be inserted like later. So there will be some whiteboard, no? Okay, let me try to use this one. Yeah, it is working. So if you want to write like this, like symbols will be inserted into it. Okay. See, here, if we are writing a math mode that is within a dollar sign, okay, within a dollar signs, then whatever the output we are getting will be f will be proportional to m, and it will be multiplied by m. So it will be the symbol of multiplication will be the cross, and then m divide means divided by, or you can have a slash. Okay, divide and d to the power. That is the if you are having some this symbol, whatever we are mentioning here, it is a power symbol. Okay, d to the power 2. Okay, so this type of equation will be displayed on the text line. Okay, or the sentences itself. Okay, suppose if you are not using the symbols, then it will be mentioned like f proportional m multiply, similar way it is mentioned. Okay, suppose if you don't want to have a mathematical mode later, only for few sentences you need it, but you want a mathematical equation to be the next line, then what you can do is you can use a uh, double dollar sign. Okay, so both the sides you have to use a double dollar sign mentioning that this is a math mode, but we are going to print the math mode in the next line. Okay, so that you can do it. Otherwise, what you can do is you can use some backslash and round brackets. You can use it. That is another way of doing. And fourth way is to write a environment, begin math and end math. Okay, so even begin math and end math, it will not create a new like a new display mode. Okay, so it will be inline only. Okay, so whatever you are going to write your text, so your text will be here, and your math mode or mathematical symbols will be here, and then you will be writing your text like this. Okay, so that is known as the inline mode. But if you want to go on writing here, and if you want to display it separately, then we will be going to the display mode. Okay, so for the display mode, there is like a different things are there, like a let us see what was the actually this display mode. It should come here. Okay, begin math and end math, it is for display mode, it has to come here, but by mistake it was written there. So within the begin math and end math, what you can do is you can write your write your equations, and here you can see the display math. Okay, so display math is written here, so that your mathematical equations and symbols will be in the separate paragraphs like of these. Okay, so there will be space between the above lines, and there will be a space between below lines, and that will be aligned like whatever the themes you are using, based on that it will be aligned. Okay, so there are some of the some of the method of some there are two methods of making some display mode. One is the display math, another one is equation math. Okay, so sorry, equation mode. Okay, so by using this begin and end of this equation environment, you can have that display mode. Okay, and and you want to have some array. Array means like you want to have some display of like this. Okay, so you want this a equal to, suppose if I'm writing here a is equal to b plus c, usually it will have an alignment like this, equal to y minus z, because you are saying like in your documents you have mentioned like your default will be like left aligned. Okay, that's why the equations will be displayed like this, but I don't want like this kind in my equations. Okay, I want to align all these equal to sign in one go. Okay, so like what I can do is like I can have some a, and I will be doing like this, and I will be inserting some ampersand symbol. The ampersand symbol of the letter or the symbol which is followed by this ampersand symbol will be aligned. Okay, so for example, these two ampersand signs are aligned. Therefore, these two equations will be aligned. Okay, so the equation symbol, like the equal to symbol, will be aligned. Instead of this one, it will be aligned like this, and the b symbol, it should be aligned with y. Okay, so it will be aligned with y. Other things it will be not aligned. Okay, because there is no ampersand symbol, so it is not aligned. And at the end of the equations, if you are putting the next line, then it will be aligned accordingly. Otherwise, if you are not putting the equation, it will, like if you are not putting that new line, then it will consider as a same line only, and this ampersand will be used for the next thing. Like how it will be displayed: a is equal to b plus c equal to y plus y minus z plus something like that. It will be written because you are not including a new line character. Okay, so new line command you are not including. That's why your your equation will be written in a single line. Okay, otherwise if it is written like if your new line command is inserted, then based on your ampersand position, the symbol or the letter following after the ampersand, it will be aligned. Okay, so that can be done using this command called equation array. Okay, so that can be done with the equation or array, or simply array, which we will be seeing it now. Okay, and another one is like other things is like fractions. Suppose if I need to write some fractions a by b. Okay, so if I need to write like this a by b in math, like for writing this, either you can write like this a slash b, also you can write it. But if I need to write like this a by b, then what you can do is you can have some command like backslash frac means fraction, and within a curly bracket you have to write your numerator, and within another numerator, like another curly bracket, you have to write a denominator. So how I will be writing as frac, and within a bracket a, this is my numerator and this is my denominator. If I'm writing like this, automatically it is getting displayed as a by b. Okay, and if I need some square root, then I can write a square root of whatever you need it. Suppose a, so sorry, it should be curly bracket. If I'm writing like this, automatically your symbols will be displayed like this. Okay, so square root symbol will be displayed. And for summation, actually this is a summation symbol. So if I'm using a command of backslash sum, then it is a summation symbol will be inserted. And if I'm using some underscore, it means the subscript. Okay, so subscript, it is mentioned as it within a bracket. I have mentioned it. Okay, so within a bracket, if I'm mentioning it, then it means that that letter will be coming as a subscript. After that, there is a power symbol. So for the power symbol, actually, I have to write it as a superscript. Okay, so this will be done as a superscript. After, since there is no bracket here, it is considered like only for one letter will be associated with the superscript. Okay, so if I need some two letters, then I need to put a bracket of b. Suppose if I want to write it bx, then I need to include a bx within a curly brackets. Okay, otherwise only my first letter will be included. Okay, so my first letter will be going to the subscript superscript. Okay, or similarly for the subscript also, you need not include a curly bracket if there is only one letter. But if there is more than one letters, then you can use the curly bracket. Okay, and then x to the power 2. Okay, so x to the power 2. Okay, so this is the symbol for like this is the command for inserting the summation symbols. Okay, and for this is for integral. Okay, so for doing some integral symbols, then you can have command of backslash int hyphen a to the power b. Okay, similarly here it is a subscript, so you have to write it in the lower limit, and the power p, it is a superscript, so it has to be written in the upper limit. and f of x you have to write like this. Okay, so you will be getting a symbol like this. Okay, so this is all about how you can do your mathematics. Like there are so many symbols which I will be showing you, like which is available in the internet also. You can just browse it. So you can see that there are so many so many commands has been available with the for the mathematics in LaTeX, and you need not remember everything. It's like certain things, like for example, the stack, square root, sum. These are the, like we will be using it regularly, right? So you can you can remember only those things. Other things for that, for referring the other things, what you can do is you can have a PDF, and you can insert your commands now and then. Okay, so this is all about your inserting a symbols. And now if you want to have some matrix, okay, so matrix you can do it either with the array also. Okay, if you're mentioning like if you're mentioning in terms of array environment also, or you can do it with the matrix also, you can do it. The array environment also, the same pattern will be there. A ampersand B ampersand C. What will be your output here? It will be like this. It will be like A, B, C, and D will be aligned with A. So D will be aligned with A because we are having some new line command. And then the ampersand is there. So these two are aligned. So these two are aligned. Here, what is the difference between array and the matrix is, in the array, actually, it will be considering as a like alignment. Okay, for alignment, it will be having some ampersand symbols, and you will be using. But in case of a matrix, sorry, not this is alignment operator. Okay, so there is a difference between this align, array as well as matrix. Okay, in case of a alignment, actually you will having a ampersand symbol, so that you will be making some spaces alone. Okay, whereas in case of a matrix or array, you will be having this ampersand symbol to represent that is a column separation. Okay, so we are having some three columns. Okay, so this matrix or array tells that the ampersand symbol represents that there are three columns, or separation of the columns will be indicated by this ampersand in matrix as well as array commands. Whereas in the align columns command, it is only doing some space separation only. Okay, so that is the main difference. And for matrix, actually you will be having some boundary boxes, right? So for different boundary boxes, you can use different ways. Like a P matrix, it is a parenthesis matrix, so you will be having some round brackets on both the sides. And if you're having B, that is square bracket, then it is like within a square bracket, it will be writing. Otherwise, if you're using some array, what you have to use, like you have to use the symbol of this one, like symbol of this array, that is a square bracket. And then you will be having some begin array and end array, begin array and end array. Okay, and then you will be using the symbol for this one, like for the closing square bracket. Okay, so this like you will be using. So in order to avoid the complexity, they have, like some commands has been provided with the matrix itself. Like now you can have this one, big small letter B for square bracket, and capital letter B for curly bracket, like braces, and V for vertical lines. There is some equations which needs to be mentioned in a vertical line. That determinants of matrix we will be including into vertical lines. Okay, so these vertical lines are for this. And if you want double vertical lines, then it is for the capital letter V. You have to use capital letter V for the double vertical lines. Sorry, double vertical lines, you have to use capital letter V matrix. Okay, so like this you can do this. As I told you, you can do like this also. Matrix without any p, without any prefix, you will be having only without any brackets. You will be displayed. It will be displayed. Okay, so the letters will be displayed like that. Okay, but for displaying brackets, what you have to do is either you have to insert separate commands. Separate commands you have to insert it. To avoid this, we can use some prefixes here. Okay. So some since we are using the dollar symbols and some other symbols for our commands, some symbols actually we cannot use it as such. Okay, so we have to use some special we can directly write our symbols. Like sometimes it is not possible to write write like that, because these are used in the commands. Okay, so for example, if you're mentioning a hash symbol, that is used in the macro parameters, which I will be discussing it tomorrow. Okay, so, in that cases, what I have to do is, like, I have to insert like hash, so backslash hash symbol. Okay, so if I want to include a hash symbol in my text, what I have to do is, I have to insert a hash backslash, and then I have to insert my hash symbol. Okay, and similarly, you can see that this curly brackets, we have seen these curly brackets are used in the environments, and other commands also it is being used. Okay, so for avoiding confusion, to print a curly bracket, we have to insert a backslash bracket, curly bracket. Okay, so opening curly bracket as well as closing curly bracket, we have to use it, but only with the help of this backslash. Okay, then only it will be printed. Otherwise, what it will think, like a latex processor will think that it is a command, and then it will show some error. Okay, similarly for dollar symbol, it is for math mode, but here we are using like a backslash dollar. And for superscript, we have used some power operator. And here we can see that is for this one, actually, what you have to use it, slash power operator, we have to use it. And for subscript also, underscore we were using in the math mode. Whereas in case of a text, we have to use slash underscore. And ampersand symbol, I have told you, it is for spacing. To used in the text, we have to use a backslash. Similarly, other symbols, we can see it. Okay. And for backslash, actually, what you cannot do is, we cannot use this. Actually, this is wrong. Okay, so this backslash, if you're doing like this, what it means that it is a like a new line will be created, right? So new line, because for new line we have inserted so two backslash. Okay, so this cannot be done. And instead, what you can do is, you have to write a like a command of slash backslash text backslash itself. Okay, so if you write like this only, you will be getting a backslash symbol. Otherwise, what it will do, it will show some error mentioning that there is no such commands. Okay. Mm. Okay, so let me show some examples available. I have taken from some math examples from Willy Publicis. So let me show that. I'm not going to run it, because running and showing it will be taking a lot of time. You can try by yourself. Like I will be providing you the text files. Okay. So this I have taken from the Willy templates. Actually, they have provided some examples. Okay. So for example, like if there is some equations. Okay. So equation number has to be written. Then my environment is equation number. So for example, here I have this section. Okay, so section, it is having some asterisk. Asterisk means it will not provide any number over there. It will not provide the section number 1.1 or something like that. Okay, so that's why, to avoid this, we are using some asterisk symbol. And the section title is math example, so it is giving math examples, and there is no indent. There is like since it is a paragraph, there may be some indent. So but I don't want that, so I have included this as no indent. Okay, and then you are typing your text here. Okay, now this is the text mode. Okay, text mode. But now we want to have some mathematical equation. For doing the mathematical equation, what we have to do is, like, we have to have some environment. Okay, so here we are using some begin equations. Okay, so begin equation and equations being used. Begin and equations will give a equation number here. Okay, so that is the advantage of begin equation and end equations. Okay, and if there is some asterisk symbol in the with the equation environment. Okay, so equation environment with the asterisk symbol, it means that the number equation number will not be displayed. Okay, so it will skip the equation numbers. Some parts we don't want to, we don't want to mention the equations we don't want to mention the equation numbers. So because it may be some way of proof, we are making some proof. Okay, so with that proof equations, we need not show numbers, right? So in that cases, what we have to write is, we have to include a asterisk symbol with the equation environment. Okay, so if for anything, like for even for the section also, if we don't want the numbering, then we have to use the asterisk symbol. Okay, similarly for every all the commands, most of the commands, you can see that you have to use the asterisk symbol to avoid your to avoid the numbering. Okay, and mm. and here you can see that like equations we have seen. Okay, so and we have some arrays equations also, it is there. Okay, so we have included some ampersand symbol here, but with the equation alone, if you are using some ampersand symbols, then it will show error. Okay, so ampersand symbols mentions that these two equal to will be aligned. Okay, so these two equal to will be aligned, all the equals will be aligned, and the first letter of that equations also aligned. Okay, so that's the purpose of array. Okay, and here align operations also I have told you the same thing only, but the difference between the align as well as array as well as equation is with the align, actually it will be considered as a space. Okay, so but in case of a array, in some cases it will be considered like a rows also. Okay, but in case of align, it is only considered as a spacing only. Okay, and here also we can use a align or align a star to avoid the numberings. Okay, otherwise the numberings will be created. Okay, so this is a default for this comes with the AMS math package. You may ask like where is the like since there is no AMS package, how it is working? Because we are using some use package, template is being used. In the template itself, they might have defined it, which I will show you to you in this tomorrow's class. Okay, these templates actually can be user defined, and they have defined it. The AMS package will be included in the template, and then in that template we are using it here. That's why it is internally defined. Okay, so that's why here we are not using it explicitly. Okay, and here after this, we can have this matrix. Here it is. Example number is 19. Yeah. Okay, here you can see that cases within the equations. Like I want to have some cases. Cases means there are some mathematical equations. I want to define it with the different coordinating points, right? So for that, I have to use some brackets. I can use the left brace or right braces symbols also, curly braces symbol also. But for some cases, we can use a begin case. Okay, begin case, it will show some equations. And for here also, you can see that whenever there is an equation alone, you might have got three different equation number. Since you have uses cases, what you are getting is you are getting only one equations. Okay, so one equation number only you are getting, because within the cases, this cases will be considered as a single equation only. Okay, because like in equation environment, like if you are using a nested environment, the equations will be each and every nested nested environment will be considered as a single equation. Okay, and I have told you about the B brace, right? Like a B matrix, right? Like B matrix, you can see that it is having some like a square bracket. Okay, and if you are having some capital letter B, it is a curly brackets. And if you are having some capital letter V, then it is a double vertical line. It is being shown here, and for P matrix, it is a parenthesis, that is round bracket. It will provide. If it is only matrix, then there will not be any brackets. Okay, and these for these symbols, for int symbol, I have told you like we have to use a slash int, right? So example number 28. So we can see that there is a slash int symbol is there. Okay, so it means that it is an integral symbol, and we're having a subscript of a superscript of a. That's why I'm using some power symbol over here, and then I can use it. Okay, and the qcad is nothing but it is leaving some space here. Okay, space I need to some space needs to be left for between this integral symbol as well as the other equation. So for that, qcad is used. Okay. And for underlining, actually, you can use some 34, right? So you have this is the underlying equations that we have seen it already, like in text mode itself we have seen it. So in see it for upper braces, like over braces or over bar. For these and all, there is some separate commands are there. Okay, underline and as well as above lines will be there. 42. Here you can see that over brace and over bar, overline is there. Okay, underline, overline, it is symbols are there. Okay. So those symbols I will be sharing with you, but you can take it from the like internet also. So these are some symbols they have shown it, but I think we will end up with this mathematics. These are the commands for the mathematical symbols. Okay, so Greek letters, for the Greek letters, if I need to use alpha symbol, then I can use slash alpha. Okay, so like this I can use it. And for I've told you that overline over bar we need to use it, then we can use this command of backslash overline. So many symbols has been commands for other symbols has been provided. Okay, so this I will share with you. And for each and every symbols you need not mark up, you can just refer it because we will be using rarely, right? So all the symbols we will not be using, but for mathematical department they will be using. So you can refer it and you can have this document and then you can start typing your mathematical symbols. Okay. So even for dots also, three dots, C dots, C means central dots, vertical dots, three dots, and L dots. Suppose if you want to have some dots in the diagonal, then you can have the D dots also. Okay. So other symbols also has been, also been given. And for example, like in the giving the list, we have used some symbols, asterisk symbols, right? So instead of asterisk symbol, if you want to have some triangles, then you can include this mathematical commands over there. Okay, so you can use the mathematical commands, but ensure that you have to use within your dollar symbol. Okay, so your mathematical symbol has to be used within your dollar symbol. Okay, so this is all about about the mathematics. So next we will go with the references. Okay, so the cross reference we have already seen it. Okay, so for even in examples of even in this figures as well as the labels we have seen it. So if you want to refer the label, suppose if you are having some figure or the tables, okay, we will be mentioning as table 1, table 2, like that, right? Refer table 1, refer table 2, right? Like suppose if you are having so like a large number of tables and figures, then it is difficult for us to remember the numbers and then we cannot write it, right? So for that, what we can do is we will be using this label symbol. Okay, so for example, if this is a figure environment, we have already seen it, begin environment and end environment will be there. And there is a symbol called for giving a label, we will be giving some command of backslash label and then label command. Okay, so for example, this is figure 1 flower. Okay, so if I'm giving a flower as my label number, figure 1 the flower, or otherwise flower alone, okay, as a label name. Then if I want to refer it in my text, suppose if I'm having some text mentioning that as shown in figure 1 or as shown in figure 1 or 2, some numbers I need to refer it. Okay, so I need not count each and every time how many tables or how many figures has been completed and then I have to refer it. Not like that. For that, what you can do is we can have some command slash ref, and then we will be providing the label name flower. Okay, so if you are providing like this, it will be shown in the text, whatever it is printed outside in the PDF or DVI form. You can see that it is mentioned like the text will be mentioned like this. And for example, as shown in for this refer flower, it will automatically gives a caption of figure, and then it will be giving the number. So, for example, this is 2. Okay, so this two number will be automatically inserted into it. Okay, so that is the advantage of this label and refer. And for if you don't want to mention the figure 1, 2, 3, and if you want to refer only the page number, then instead of ref, you have to use the page number, page ref. Okay, so if you are using a page ref command, then the page number will be inserted in here. Okay, so instead of some numbers given to this table or figures, then the page number will be inserted. Okay, and this is all about your references. And this references actually we will call it as a cross references. Cross references we will be using it in our text. Okay, so general text we will be using it. Okay, and there are other references also. Okay, so for example, the footnotes. Okay, marginal notes I have not provided, but it is similar to the footnotes only. Okay, so these footnotes, what we will be doing is like in some documents we will be having some text. Okay, in the in the superscript of any text, if you want to have some definition of that word, what we will be having some superscript of this one, and we will be writing some numbers there, right? So for example, if I'm having some chapter, I will be mentioning as one to the subscript. And in the below of my documents, okay, so this is my document. I will be writing my text here. I will be having some chapter, and in the above chapter, I will be having some subscript. And this subscript tells like you have to refer some footnote. Okay, in the footnote means in the bottom line, like it will be mentioned like one. And for the definition of this chapter, I will be writing which chapter. For example, this is like anatomy of the flowers. I will be mentioning. See, refer anatomy of flowers. I can write it. Okay, so this we will call it as a footnote. Okay, so for referring the footnote, we have to use text. Okay, so this footnote will not have a it can have a number or symbol, but it will not be aligned with the text. Okay, but it will be aligned in the superscript. It is aligned in the superscript. Okay, whereas in this label it will be aligned with the text itself. Okay, so and actually here we are going to refer like three references. One is the reference available with the text. Okay, and the running text, and this one is footnote reference, and this one is bibliographic reference. Bibliographic reference, which will be useful for the researchers as well as for those who are writing some books also. It is useful because we are going to refer some articles and we will be putting it in our citations. Okay, so this is separate topics we need to discuss. And there are different styles we can use for this bibliographic, but still like since now like there are two type of bibtech styles are available. One is some older styles. We will be using some DST files. Okay, suppose if you want to refer some older, because in olden days we will be having some different formats. Okay, whereas now it has been revised and it will be having some different formats, and there will be new inclusions also, right? So for that we will be using bib files. Okay, now also we will be using only the bib files, and BST file, it is outdated. We will not be using bib file. What is the advantage of bib file? Because it is having some new field. I will tell you what is the fields under. And then you will be having some different like different languages are included now. Okay, so with the latex we can see that around 14 language has been included. And like some of trying with our Tamil also it is being tried, and Hindi also it is being tried. Okay, but the European language has been included in this LaTeX as well as CTEX as Viper. Okay, so these Viper, it is like a sorting program for these things. Okay, so these are included in the bib files. That's why we are going to use the bib file only. Okay, so we will be using some extension file of bib file. Okay, and for using this bib text or bib file, what you have to do is like you have to create some documents. Okay, and like we have to create some text file, and then we can include our references there. Okay, so this bib text file you can either copy from the internet, or you can write by yourself. If you are writing by yourself, you have to, when it will be starting, like each and every reference will be starting with the at symbol. Okay, so at symbol it will be starting, and then you will be having the name of the bib file, like a name of the bib item. Okay, so it can be article, it can be a proceedings, it can be a book, And for different items, you will be having some different type of documents. You will be having some different type of different type of mentioning of your reference in the reference in the documents, right? For example, if it is an article, you will be mentioning the author name, title, year, and year, volume, everything you will be asking. Like if you are using some book, then you will be mentioning the author name, journal name, like a title of your book, year of publication only you will be mentioning. Okay, so there are different types, different varieties of including different method or style of including these references, right? So in order to avoid complications, like we are having it in a single like a single file, we will be mentioning those sub fields as the key values for those fields, and then we will be linking this pip text file with your latex file, so that it will be automatically getting printed. Okay, so BibTeX files, actually it will be having only this type of styles only. So it will be starting with at symbol, and the type of the article, it can be article, or type of the document, it can be an article, or it can be a book, or it can be in proceedings. Okay, and followed by the label name of that bib file, bib item. Okay, we will call it as a bib item. Okay, so this is the label of this bib item. So this only we will be indicating in our latex file. Okay, so or in the document file. Okay, and the author name, journal name, it has to be included within a bracket. Okay, so journal name and title, year, volume, number, these we will call it as a fields. Okay, author field, journal field, title field, because these are done with the help of a databases, that we will call it as a BibTeX database. In the BibTeX database, we will be having some fields alone. In the fields, it will be getting like whatever the values we are giving it here, it will be getting inserted into it. Okay, that is the advantage of this BibTeX, and we can easily retrieve from it. Okay, and here we have this author field and other fields are there. Okay, keywords. Even sometimes if we need some keywords, that is also included there, and UOI number is also included here. Okay, so these are, and each and everything should be separated, like separated with the commas, except the last one. If you are giving some commas at the end of your field, then it will show your error. It will show some errors. Okay, so and there are some rules to have to form this bit files. So first thing is like we have to use the at symbol, starts with the at symbol, and then document type, article, book, or something like that, and the label name, and followed by the field name equal within a bracket, within a curly bracket, you have to use the value 1, and for field name, value 2, like that you have to use it. And each and every field is separated by commas except the last field. And suppose if you want to have the title at without capitalizing, then we have to use the extra bracket. Curly bracket should be two double curly bracket should be used. Okay, to use only the small letters. Okay, instead of capital letters, you need to use that. And if you want to have the surname of the authors, if you want to include, because there are so like two names are there, first name, last name, and middle names are there. But if you want to use only the surname, then also you have to use the curly bracket for the remaining names. Surnames should be like there is no curly bracket, but if there is a other names, then you have to use the extra curly bracket. And if there are multiple authors, each and every author will be separated by the word called and. Okay, so each and every author has to be like a given and. Here you can see that the word and is used. Okay. And it is like a curly bracket for these numbers. For example, this 28, it can be written either in a curly brackets, or it can be written without curly brackets also. Because if it is a number, single number, then it can be done without curly brackets. And the field names can be of any order. Okay, so it need not be in particular order. Like we can copy paste, we are going to copy paste it from the internet, right? So internet will be having, or the databases of those particular journals, they will be having some kind of citations, and the field may be varying. Okay, so the order of the field will be varying. So like the BibTeX or the latex, it will not consider the order of the field names. Okay, so how it can be read, like you have this bibliographic style as plain means it will not have any type of like special type of displaying those references. Okay, so references we will be including at the end. So that references, it need not be some special type. If you want to have, if you are mentioning like plain, it will be like only those author name, title, and this volume. It will be displayed as a plain text only without any commas or something like that. Okay. So, but if you want to have some different styles for IEEE, which we will be seeing it to now, and those styles we have to mention the name of the style. Okay, so those will be mentioned it here. And if you want to have some bibliographic documents as such, then it needs to be like bibliographic. You can do it as separately. Okay, so for example, like I have just included. I have sample bit text file, but this I'm preparing with the text file only, tex file only. But I have copied paste all these. For example, I have copied paste this article reference and this in proceeding reference. I have copied it and pasted. Okay, so here like for example, it is better. Actually, I'm typing some. I want to search from some paper, so I'm going for this Google Scholars. And here you can see that like there is a paper. This paper I needed, and I have seen it. Okay, so if I want to cite it, then I can click this site. Okay, here you can see that there are different types of citations we can do it. Okay, so either we can do with the Harvard style. Also, I told you, instead of plain, we can use some other styles also. Here we have some Chicago University styles and the Harvard styles, everything we have. And we want only the big text file, so you can copy paste it. Just copy and paste it in our text document. Okay, so irrespective of the font size, other things, we need not worry. Okay, so just copy paste it, whatever the citations we want to do it. After that, here it is stored in .text file. So we have to store it in a bib file. So we have to rename it. Okay, so you can see that the extension of this, it's TEX, but we need to use it as a bib file. So remove the extension and then you can use it bib file. So this is how the bib file is created. Okay. So now you can see that it is BIP with the extension of BIP it is created. So this we will call it as a BIP file. Okay, so this is how the BIP file is created. So BibTeX file will be created with the .bib. This bib file, it will have some new extra data fields are available, as well as the Viper is there. So this will sort out and extract the program, because for easy run and for inserting your command, like inserting your author year and all, actually you have to sort it. Okay, so the database will be much faster than the BST file. Okay, so for citing, actually, we have created some BibTeX file. Okay, now we want to cite it. Okay, for example, this citation we can do it using slash cite. In the text references or cross references, we have done it with the slash ref with the command of slash ref. But here we will be using some slash cite. Okay, slash cite. It means that it is a bibliographic reference. Okay, so here you can insert the citation key, or we can have it as a label. Okay, so this one is a label. So the 65840 something, the number is given. So this is the label name. So this label name, you can refer it in our text, and the number will be automatically included. Okay, the bibliographic number will be automatically included in the text. Okay, so for example, if you don't want to cite it, so some citations, actually we don't want to refer it explicitly, but if we want to have for our reference, then you can use it cite, no cite references. And and we have some different formats for this site. Okay, suppose if you want to have some author as a text and we are in the parenthesis, for example, if it is the author like Amuda. Okay, author Amuda. And if I need the year of my publication, it is 2050. Then I can put it within a bracket. This type of format, if I need it, then I have to use slash text site. Okay, instead of simply site, then I have to use slash text type. But if I don't want to have both name as well as the year in the parenthesis, then I have to use the parent site. Okay, and if I want to have some kind of a square, like if I want to have a number instead of the name and year, if I want to have a format of this two within a square bracket, then I can simply use site. And if I need to have some alphabets or letters, first author name like AMU, and then the year 15. If I want to have like this, then I can use the same site. But either I want to display like this or display like this, it depends on my classes or the options I are providing in the teams. Okay, based on that, it will be varying. And in case of a food size also, I can use. For example, I don't want to include in the include in the later stage or in the bibliography, but I want to include in the bottom of my document, then also I can do it with the help of this food site without this to be displayed on my bibliography. Okay, that also I can do it. Okay, so for including this bib file I'm having, okay, so in the bib file, how I can do is like I can do it like a bib file and then I can include it. Okay, similarly here, like similar to here. Okay, so there is a bib file, dot bib file. That bib file I'm including in my in my preamble. And if I'm writing print bibliography, automatically it will print with the format whatever it is given in the P. Okay, in the format of P, it will be printing the bibliography, but I need not worry about like big items. But if I want to have some fewer references only, but I don't need to have a separate big file, then I can use this like this. Begin the bibliography, end the bibliography environment. The bibliography environment you can have, and then you can use them you can use them bib item for each and everything. I have to use bib item, and then I have to write the label name like that I told you now, this is the label name. So here I have used some label name of 2050, and how it has to be displayed I have explicitly mentioning it here. And then whatever the like author name, title name, everything I can do like this also. Okay, so this this is difficult. Sometimes it is difficult because each and every time I need to refer it, it is difficult because it is not going to maintain database. Okay, because we are not having any field names and all here. Okay, so we will be having this it is entire of text only. Okay, so we don't have the database. Okay, so this is some for a few reference it is okay, but if it is a more references are there, and if you are editor of a book or if you are editor in a journal, then it is better to have a bit like a databases. Okay, so for the database, actually you have to use the .bib file. Okay. So this is how this beam like a bib text is being used. Okay, and indexes. Actually at the end of the book, actually we will be using some indexes. Okay, so for index references also you can do the same thing. You can use the make IDX index. You have to use a package of this make IDX package, and then you have to use another command of make index, otherwise it will show some error. Okay, so you have to use these two in the preamble, and within the documents wherever I need to have the index at my end. Suppose for in the end of my document I will be having some the index of like in the page numbers it will be written, right? So those index it for referring those things I have to include include the command index slash index within a curly bracket. If I'm including my text, so it will be automatically included in the end of my documents. Okay, this is index, and if there is a nested index, then I have to use like exclamatory symbols. And in some cases, the index they will be mentioning, for example, they might not include a page number, but they will ask us to refer to some other index also. Okay, so in that case, they will be using C. Okay, so they will be inserting C. So for including the C, you have to use a vertical pipe, vertical pipe, as well as your C words, you have to use it. Okay, so this will be used for like, for example, they will not provide the exact page number, but they will ask you to refer to some other index. Okay, so glossaries actually before documents, sometimes before documents or after the documents, you want to provide definitions of the words separately, right? So in that case, we will be using some glossaries. This glossary is also similar to the syntax of this glossaries is also similar to your index. Okay, here also you will be using glossaries package and then make glossaries. Okay, here in index also you will be using make index and packages make IDF. Okay, and here begin within the begin document you will be including slash index. Okay, here you will be using slash GLS. In some cases, you in older text it was slash glossaries. Okay, so if you are mentioning glossaries and if you are mentioning here print glossaries, then automatically it will print the definitions. Okay, so definitions will be printed at the end of the documents. And if you want to have a multiple columns, instead of single columns, if you want to have a multiple columns, then you can use a package called multi-calls. Okay, so here you will be have multi-calls environment. Okay, and the bracket after this, what the number indicated after this environment name, it is nothing but the number of columns. Okay, so the text, whatever available within this environment, it will be divided into 3 columns. Okay, so these are some of the commands which will be used for the overall layout of your documents. That's why it is being discussed here. And margins, actually, margins and spacings, you can do it like with the geometry package. With the geometry package, you can do it. And for spacing, it is like a set space. There are with the geometry also it is available. But if you want to have a single word of command, then you can use the set space. With the set space, if you are using single spacing, the text or the paragraph which is following this set spacing will be having a, so like a single spacing will be having a single line spacing only. Okay, whereas in case of double spacing, double space will be available, double line spacing will be available. In case of thesis, we will be using a double spacing only. And if you want to have a custom spacing also, then you can do with the spacing environment. Okay, so and there are inside the text also we can leave like sometimes there may be necessary to leave some spaces to have a better look. So for that, we can use some different types of spacing, vertical spacing, horizontal spacing, even for item like a list. For list spacing also, we can use it. For that, actually, we have to use the enum item package. Okay, separate package needs to be included. Whereas for other spacing, we need not include the packages. And for different spacings, different because we are using some different dimensions. Sometimes we are including point, and sometimes we are including centimeters, sometimes we are including inches. Okay, so these are some equivalent. 1 point means it is approximately like 12 sorry, it is 72 inches actually. Okay, so yeah, actually 16 centimeter, it is nothing but 16 point it will be coming. So it is not, we have to work it back. Okay. So 1 centimeter is equal to 16 point it will be producing as output. Okay. And if you want to have a header and footer, actually, header and footer we can include with the different commands, but we cannot we cannot format it as our wish. Okay. So for that, it is better to have a external package of fancy header and fancy. If it is a fancy header, then you can insert the header title so that it will be displayed at the headings. Okay, and in the fancy footers, they at the bottom of your slides, the text will be displayed. Okay, suppose if you want to have a left alignment, center alignment, and right alignment of your header and footer, then you can use this following commands. And Okay. Uh, so for earlier we have seen that what the with the latex, what are the things we can do is like we can have some articles, we can have some books, reports, preparations we can do. Apart from that, we can have some resumes also pre-prepared, formal letters, calendars, format for everything we can do it. Okay, and we can have some posters, forms. We can prepare some forms, and lab reports can be prepared. Okay, so but these can be done only within some classes. We have already mentioned article class as well as some report, like a report, and we have seen some like a book also we have seen. Beamer also we have seen. Beamer format, it is for slide for the presentations, but other things we can use it for the documents, right? So those formats those formats are available with the class, but for the resumes and other things we can modify it as per our wish using some user defined commands are there, which we will be discussing it tomorrow. Okay, so for example, for this one, actually I have some example here. Mm, see, I have included some book here. I have included the book class. Okay, so and I have some sections here. I have some chapters, sections, and subsections are there. Okay, so if I'm trying to run it, if I'm trying to run it, okay, I'm having some the title. Since I'm having some make title, and the title is made in the front page. And after that, there is some content page, because like my table of contents, it is command is there. That's why it is listing out my chapters as well as my section numbers. Chapter it is 1 and section is 1.1. So chapter number is 1 and section 1.1 is introduction. So all the page numbers are being inserted by default, by itself. Okay. And if I need to have some page break, then I can do the page breaks. Okay. So this is how it is being done with the book. Okay. So if I'm making some changes, you can see now the changes in the format. Okay. So now you can see that here you can see that there is a spacing, less spacing in the left margin, and there is a large spacing in the right hand side. Whereas here the left hand side margin is high, and whereas the right margin is very less. This is book type, right? So if you want to make some bindings, you will be doing some bindings in the right side, right? That's why it is being it is given some extra spacing on this side, and whereas in this case, in this page, it is done on the left hand side. Okay, so book will be like a book. When I'm giving a book, the default settings will be like this. Okay, but if I'm giving some sections, sorry, not sections, actually if you want to have some articles, okay, I am having the same content only, but I'm changing the classes. If I'm changing this article class, it will show some error, because chapters will not be present in the articles, right? So I cannot include the chapters in my articles. So I'm just commenting it. Okay, because articles will not have some chapters, it will have only sections. Okay, so I'm commenting it and I'm running it. You can see the changes in my contents page as well as in title page. Okay, so you can see the title is coming over the on over this content page itself. Okay, so by simply changing my classes, I can have some different types of documents printed in a seconds. Okay, so here the contents page is also being changed here. Okay, for alignment, everything is being changed. And here you can see this, there is no variation between the left margin and right margins. Okay, because we are not going to bind it. Because as per the definition of article, it is not going to be bind. It is coming as a papers only, right? So it is either pinned or it is not hard bound. That's why it is coming we will have we having equal margins. Okay, and if you want to have a report, then you can see that report. You can see that again. We have some title page in a separate page, and contents page is different. Styles are different. Okay, report and articles are somewhat similar. Okay, similarly you can try with the other document classes. Okay, and now we will see there are some journals I have taken. I have given some reference here where you can find you can find the templates. Okay, for example, this journal, like IEEE journal, it is having a latex template. I have downloaded it. I will also share it, but you can refer from these links. Okay, so I have taken some reference from the IEEE elsewhere, IPO Science Frontiers, as well as some books I have taken from the Springer, Wiley, Sig, and Cambridge. Okay, and some thesis report from IIC Bangalore and MIT, Muscat Institute of Technology. I have taken it. So we will see how these templates are being provided, like how it is being formatted, and how we can insert our text so that our effort as an author, it is very less. Okay, so we need not worry about formatting and all. We will just going to insert our text and we are going to see the result. Okay, and before going into this, like let me have some general format for the journal book as well as thesis. Okay, in case of a journal, we will be using some document class of articles and some options can be used. Okay, and in case of, and also we will be using some packages. Okay, so package name will be given. So for example, if I'm using math package, then I can use AMS math package. And then if I'm using some color themes, then I can use X colors, like that I can use it. Okay, some packages will be used. After that, begin command, end commands, that is document environment is provided, and within the document environment I will be having this. So first thing will be make title, make type, like a title will be provided. After that, there will be, it is a journal, right? So we will be having some abstract as well as the keywords. Okay, so there will not be any table of contents will not be available. Sometimes they will be having, but most probably tables of contents will not be available. There is a mistake over here. There is no table of contents. So we will be having abstract as well as the words, keywords, and we will be using only sections because chapters will not be available. So we will be using section, subsection, subsection, paragraphs, as well as subparagraphs we will be using. And for bibliographic, either we can form a bibliographic within the journal itself, because for journals we will be having approximately like up to 10 to 15 bibliographic, like bib items only, references only we will be having. That we can do it either with the begin or end bibliographic environment itself. Okay, so we can type like bib items, then we can do it. Okay, so this is for a journal. This is a general structure for journal. And whereas in case of a book, actually, we will be having a book document class of book, and we can have some packages there, and we will be having some index, right? That is important, right? At the end of the book, we will be having some index. So that will be done using this make index as well as the print index. Okay, so we will be using some command of make index, and for printing that one, we will be using print index. But within the text, if you want to mention that this word to be included in the index, then you will be writing like a slash index, and within a curly bracket, you will be typing your text. Okay, so like that we can do. And we will be having some prefaces, dedication pages, and forewords pages are available. After that, we will be having a table of contents, which I have told earlier, and some acronyms. Suppose if we are using some kind of wordings like a WHO, World Health Organizations, like that, if we are using it, we will be doing some all acronyms in the beginning, right? So that acronym page will be available. After that, the book contents will be available. There is part one, part two, like that. For example, part one is anatomy, and part two will be physiology, like that. If you are having, and within the part we will be having chapters, and within the chapters we will be having sections, and within the sections we will be having the paragraphs. So our work will be related only with this book content only. Okay. So the commands also we will be using only those commands, because we have already fixed template. We will be concerning only about this book contents only. Book contents page, how it has to be displayed only, we will be concerned. So we will not worry about much about these commands while having a like a pre-designed templates. Okay, and at the end of the book we will be having some appendix. So some extra information we want to include it, then we can do it at the appendix. And then we have some glossaries. Glossaries may be included at the end, or it may be included at the beginning also. But for doing at the beginning or end, we can use only simple command. Okay, so it will be done automatically. And then the print index I have told you. I told you. So this is the basic structure of the books. Okay, so main thing is the glossary, and like glossaries, and index will be the main thing. Okay. Whereas like references, whatever we are doing, that also it can be included. It will be included in each and every chapter. Okay. So nowadays it is like the references are being included in the chapter instead of at the end of the book. Okay. So unlike the thesis or journals, we will be having the references at the end of each and every class. Okay, and in case of a thesis, actually we will have a class, and this class is usually this thesis class will be defined by provided by the universities. Okay, so university will be designing, and tomorrow we will see how it is being designed. Okay, so that is how it is designed by the university, and the university will provide only the templates, and as an author we can only insert the like a text. Okay, so other themes, everything will be designed by the university. Okay, so university theme will be inserted as a class, and if you want to have some packages, you can include it. And here also we will have dedication pages as well as acknowledgement pages we will be having. And here also some abstract pages, one page abstract will be provided. So we can do it by begin and end abstract. And we will be having some universities, they will be asking us to provide some keywords that can be done using these keywords. And we will be having a list of tables and list of figures. Whatever the figures and tables included in our thesis, it will be mentioned in a separate page. Okay, the list will be provided in a separate page for easy reference. Because if you are, for example, if your thesis is it is being reviewed by some author, some reviewers, then they will be easily referring those list of figures, because their result will be mainly with the figures and tables. Okay, so they will be referring that page or figures or tables, and then directly they will be there. Okay, whereas in case of books, we will not do this list of book tables and figures, we will not provide. Okay, whereas in case of thesis only, we will be providing. So that can be done only by using a symbol, using a command of list of tables, list of figures. If you are giving a single line, automatically it will list all the table numbers along with the details, it will be printed there. Okay, apart from that, we have notations as well as the abbreviations. Okay, so these are similar to our books. And other book contents, you can see that there is no part is there. Okay, whereas in case of a book contents, we will be having a part. Okay, because a large book, it is nothing but a two or three theses combined, we will have a book. Okay, so one five or six journals, we will be having a thesis. Okay, and one or two thesis we will be coming, not one or two, three or four thesis we will be combining as a book. Okay, that's why the part number is not there, but we can use, but we have to use the chapter as well as section. Okay, and why we are using this university theme is, if you are using a chapter and if you are using an article here, it will show some error, right? Yeah, because we don't want the article, it has to be a report, right? It should be a report, but report, it will not have the format as we desire. So that's why we are using university themes. Okay, and we have some chapters as well as sections, and sometimes we may have the appendix as well as the reference as well as the publication of our of our journals, right? We want some we want to list out the publications what we have done it. Okay, so our journals, our publications will be listed at the end of the page. This is the format, some structure of your thesis. Okay, and let us see how it is being made in some journals and books I have taken it. For example, here I will take this, elsewhere I will take. Okay, see here you have to refer for my text document. Okay, so here I have referred for text document. Here you can see that they have provided some templates. Okay, your content needs to be inserted only in those places only. Okay, so this is the template they have provided, and they have designed it. Okay, so this is the template of this elsewhere, and the above matters, actually we need not worry about it. Okay, so it will be automatically getting displayed over there once you are writing this introduction or some other section name. If you are writing, automatically it is getting it is updated there. So our concern, document class, they are using article only. Okay, so if you are using IEEE, then they will be using some different class, but here they are using article class, and some packages they are using it. Okay, and these self-defined or user-defined commands are being used to display these front matters in that articles. Okay, so this we will be discussing tomorrow. Okay, and here you can see the begin document. From the begin documents only, our text needs to be included. Okay, so here also some definitions and user defined definitions are there. We can skip it. But here we can include a title. They will be giving only these things. Like there's a template they have provided. So we need to include one, like we need to cut those sentences which is not necessary and we have to include our own text. Okay, so title will be included here. So instead of here, we can have the title here. Author, contacts, we can just include they have provided the template and we need to only just include our text. Okay, and here the section, from this section to end of the section, actually only here only we need to make changes. Either you can use section or you can use subsection like that. Okay, so other things we know already, like enumerated and itemized, figure including figures, everything we have seen it in the first class itself. Okay, so that alone we need to concentrate. Okay, as an author or as a like as a PhD scholars, you need to concentrate only on your text as well as your formatting of that particular text only. Okay. From that begin, from the starting of the beginning to end of this segment, we need not worry. Okay. So other than that, they have provided. Okay. Here actually you can see that the bib text will be here. Here you can see that the bib text they are using it within the document itself. Actually, actually they might have provided the appendix. So and here it is bibliographic is there. Okay, bibliography they have given us a section only. Okay, instead of using the bibliography, we have already seen like instead of bibliography, instead of begin bibliography and the bibliography, instead of that they have inserted like a section itself. Okay, because it is a small number, 5 to 6 references only, so they can indicate like the same reference number, they can include it by themselves. That's why they have not included as a bibliographic style. But if you are seeing this IEEE, then you can see that there is a difference. Here also you can see that like they are using some their classes of IEEE transaction classes they are using. So they have their own classes and some packages and the titles, other things they have provided. And they have given with the abstract and the keywords. Okay, abstract keywords and within the like a document environment, they are going to describe the sections and subsections. Only we need to concentrate in the sections and subsections. Okay, and if you're going at the end, actually we can see the bibliographics. Bibliographies they have given like this. Here they have given the bibliographies. Okay, so they have defined by themselves only. Here also they have included as a subsection only. Okay, we have to go with the reference. Here you can see that they have included a bibliography environment is being used. Within the environment, they are describing bib item, the name AMS. Okay, so instead of this name AMS, the one will be displayed here. Like for example, here it is like one is being displayed. Here you can see the page number 2, right? Page number 2. See, one it is mentioned like this, right? So for this one, we are having this AMS, right? AMS is a label name. Okay. So if you are referring a bit back, they might have mentioned it like slash site. So they have mentioned it as slash site. Okay, so only mentioning the label name, they like the number is being inserted by itself. Okay, so this is like a this for a small numbers it may not be seen like advantage, but if you are having hundreds and hundreds of citations, then it is easy for us to do with this type of referring. Okay, reference because if you are doing, then it will be useful. Okay, this is about this is all about your journals. And now we will see about this books. For books, actually, I'm having some 4 different books, but let me go with the Springer, but it was very nicely designed. Okay. So they have given some 2 different method of they have given some 2 different types of sharing the documents, one for author and one for editor. For us author, we can see that that is very simple actually. Text file, if you're seeing for author, they will be including only sections and subsections only. See, you can see that the document class, they have predefined it. That is the front matter by using some packages. They have included some packages, but if you want, you can include a separate package for your as your this. And they have used some make index. Okay, so the index page is provided at the end. Actually, here it is not provided, but it will be provided at the end. You can see it in the editor's document. Okay, so now this is author. They want us the less burden for the authors. That's why they have given this template only with the some title page as well as section and subsection only. We need not worry about all other things other things like bibliographic or something like make index, something like that. We need not worry. And the outer structure, margins, headings, footnotes, styles of font, everything we need not worry. Only we need to type it and provide it. They will do all the editing part. Okay. So for editors, you can see that there is like a there is so many the commands will be more, but the text will be very less. Text will be very less. You can see that like commands, you can see that some like only few commands are there. Within the few commands, you can edit a whole book. Okay, so for example, like the again this is a class, and here you are having some packages, and within the document environment, they are having only the commands. They need not have the text and all. Text automatically it is getting included by using a command of include. Okay, so by they are using only the command of include, and they are including all these are dedications. It is nothing but like this is nothing but another text file. You will be seeing that this is another text file. It is dedication. It was only having a word of dedication, begin dedication and end dedication. This is only text file only, and only we are having a text. But here, if you are saying like by including one single command, you are doing all the formattings. Okay, so this is less burden when you are when comparing to the words and all. Okay, so word you have to type and you have to adjust your tables, figures, everything according to the size of the. Sometimes it may exceed. In case of a word, it may exceed, and it is difficult to bring it to a single page, or it is difficult to make it a landscape. But here it is with a simple commands you can do it. The advantage is felt only while doing this book editing. It will be easy. Okay, so here all the like a dedication page for word, everything it is included as a file. Okay, and table of contents, if you are including like all the section numbers as well as chapters will be automatically named. And here you can include part author. Here author means the content. Okay, so author is providing some content, and the editor just including, they will be author name, they will be including your text here. Instead of author, your name will be typed here, and the editor will type their name here, and automatically it is included in the book. So book editing becomes very easy. And then you will be having appendix. After appendix, if you are including name, then you are including the files, then it will be differently numbered. Okay, whereas sections will be numbered as 1, 2, 3, whereas appendix will be numbered as ABC. Okay, so once you are using this command appendix, then the chapters or whatever the sections we are including, the number will be ABC. Okay, and we can include the glossaries by using simply glossaries. They have used glossary. We can use a simple command also, but here they have used some text file. Okay, so they have used some text file for glossaries. Okay, and but we can use some commands also. Okay, if you're because since it is a editor, there will be so many authors, they will be giving their materials to them. So glossaries, if you are making separately, it will be easy. But if a single author is doing glossaries, then it is better to use a glossary command. Okay, instead of using include glossaries on separate files, it is better to use a glossary commands, which I have shown it today. And this is all about the thesis, like our books. Now we will see about the thesis. Thesis actually, there is some thesis formatting given by the IISc Bangalore. Okay, let me show you. Thesis sample, you can see that the front matters, it is being typed here. Here you have to type only, you have to remove those like a title. Here you have to remove and insert your title only. Okay, so logos, they will not provide logos, they will be inbuilt inside the classes itself. So you need not worry about how it has to be placed, whether it has to be large or it has to be small. You need not worry, there will be everything, you will be having it in the class itself. Okay, here they have used IISc thesis class, some separate class they have framed it. Okay, and some dedication pages and acknowledgement pages. Here you can see that there is acknowledgement and some other text it has been given, and as well as abstract publications. Some publications, if you are having, they are including at the beginning, but for our sake, like for in our college, it is usually having at the end. Okay, and abstract is provided here, and the contents page is provided with the help of label of contents. Here they have given make comments, contents, make contents. Okay, so make contents, they are designing their own content page. That's why instead of table of contents also we can use it. Otherwise we can use this make contents. But since it is a formatting, we have to use the same only. Okay, we need not worry about how it is going to be presented there. Okay, and list of figures and list of tables, we can include it here. Actually these are included in the make commands, maybe make contents. Okay, otherwise we have to include a separate commands like a slash list of figures, slash list of tables, to list out all the tables and figures in the front page. Okay, and the keywords they have included, and notations, abbreviations. And as a scholar, only we need to include our text only in this area. Okay, then you can in this area, or you can have it as a separate file and use include. And with the command of include, you can include your chapters there. Okay, so and it is easy to make it. And at the end, you can see that there is some appendix pages there. Appendix pages there. And here there will not be glossaries, only references will be there. So references they have provided. Okay, so references, it is using some bibliographic command they have provided. Okay, so this is about IISc Bangalore. And I will show my thesis, which was done in 2015, 10 years back actually. So I'm from IIT Madras. So they have provided the class of IIT Madras. Okay, so this is like with the IIT Madras symbol logo, everything will be given. And with the IIT Madras class is given over here. Okay. So with this class, actually, we were able to insert our text and we were able to do it. Okay. So actually, this list of symbols, I was not preferred, like I was not satisfied at the time. Like it was not good. So I was trying to make some kind of acronym by myself. That's why I have used some tabbing commands. Okay, so the tabbing commands I have made some abbreviations and notations, but otherwise you can use some commands also. See, I have used some import commands to import my chapters because I don't want to run as a whole. Like if I'm pasting all my text here, it will be taking lot of time. Okay, so like for running everything, it will take lot of time. For that, what I have done is like we have some separate chapters folders, and within the chapter folder, I will be having another chapters text file, and I can run it here itself and I can verify it. Otherwise, I can link it to that by using an input, and then I can do it. Okay. So like that I have done it. Like in the thesis it was done. And here also like yeah, here the list of journals, papers, publication by me, it was given as a list of papers. And but bibliography, I have used some rough page, like a ref.bib file, I have used it. Okay. So ref.bib file, it is available here. Here it is available. It is .bib file. I'm just including only the name of the bib file. That's it. I will be getting my reference here. Okay, so you can see that my references are all be listed here. Automatically, it is being list out here. Okay. Only thing is I need to make it, I'm making some separate files so that I'm just including it in my single main file. Okay. That's why editing everything will be becomes easy with this latex. And with that, let us see tomorrow. Okay. So, and also the user defined commands also we will see tomorrow. So let me conclude with this. So if you're having any doubt, let me know. So if you're having any doubt, please let me know.
Participants, if you have any doubt, you can post it in the chat box, or you can raise question in the question answer thing, or even you can post it in the WhatsApp group.
Today I have not shown you by running it because it will take a lot of time, and also for including the bit. Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, it was interesting, ma'am. Actually, நாங்கெல்லாம் ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுறோம், like font change பண்றதுக்கு, alignment மாத்துறதுக்கு.
Alignment ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் மேம். இது யூஸ் பண்ண ரொம்ப ஈஸியா முடிஞ்சிடும்.
Yeah, it was very interesting actually பார்க்கிறதுக்கு. Maybe இன்னும் ஒரு 3 to 4 times practice பண்ணா we'll also get how to do
Yes,
that.
sure, ma'am. Like I will be sending you the templates. Templates are available. நீங்க அங்கேயே எடுத்துக்கலாம், இல்ல நான் உங்களுக்கு ஷேர் பண்றேன், நீங்க ட்ரை பண்ணி பாருங்க எல்லாரும்.
Sure, ma'am. It really was interesting, especially for project season. Thesis இது பண்றதுக்குள்ள it is very difficult. It was really nice. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So tomorrow we'll see, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.